Happy now? Happy almost full moon, lunar eclipse in Gemini. I don't like to be the person to be like, oh my gosh, everything's going to be wild and crazy. And, I always choose to see the positive in life. And I know that there is duality with everything. So, although when you are in it, it feels like shit. And you're just like, why is this happening? When you can zoom out and have that perspective of, oh, okay, this was for my highest good. I think it can really help us make sense of things. But I know that when you are in it, it's hard to see that. So I want to hold space for both of those to be true. But eclipses come in and they shake shit up. That's what they do. They can completely change your trajectory in life. And, sometimes a door closes and 10 more will open that you didn't even realize were there. And it can be very beautiful, and it can also be very challenging. So, welcome to eclipse season. Let us do our energy reading and see what wants to come through. Honestly, I tried to take Porter on a walk earlier, but I think last time I said that I was clairsentient and I just had this inner knowing, but that's actually claircognizant, which I am that as well. But clairsentient means that you pick up on other people's emotions and feelings. And today, when I was taking Porter out on a walk, I was just starting to feel really negative, and I was like, what is going on? It is a beautiful day. And I realized it was just all the people around me, and I don't know if it's because they were feeling sad and emotional that they didn't get to spend time with their families, or who knows, but all I know is I was picking up on all of it, and I was like, Porter, we will come outside later, because right now it was just too intense. And I'm curious how many other people feel that way. Like, sometimes when I'm in big crowds, I just feel overwhelmed. And I've gotten better about it as I've gotten older, because one, I'm cognizant of it, and there are tools and that sort of thing that can help. But I just wasn't prepared for it. And I was just like, let's come out later. So I came in here and I cleaned up and used some Palo Santo and just turned on some happy music, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do an energy reading. And have on my grateful sweatshirt. And I said this on my Instagram, but just a reminder, you can be grateful every single day. It just doesn't have to be one time a year. Oh my gosh. And there we go. I'm just throwing cards on the ground. Verdiouche. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Here we go. In true Amanda fashion. I'm not sure if I've done a reading where I haven't dropped the cards on the ground at least once. Right? That's who I am. It's what I do. They just want to jump out. And I'm like, okay, fine. I see you. I got you, okay? But I will say that Sagittarius season has felt a lot lighter, but I've also realized that sometimes it makes you want to just throw caution to the wind. And with numbers going up everywhere, and COVID cases and I think that I also just want to remind you to stay vigilant and, as tempting as it is to go get that freedom, because that's Sag in a nutshell, we still need to take those precautions. And I had to check myself too. So I'm just going to say that. But, can you still find joy even in ways that you wouldn't normally find it, What does that look like? Perhaps it's not meeting up in person, but there are other things, And Gemini is all about communication, so finding new ways to communicate. Oh. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm telling you, you guys, eclipse in a nutshell. Contracts being broken, walking away from things that are no longer serving you, having patience of not knowing what the next step on your journey is, but knowing that it is in your highest good. And that second chakra, which is your creativity, perhaps you need to lean more into that. And, I see this woman holding a coin, but I also just see it as trusting your intuition. I always feel like cats are very intuitive, and they have this higher wisdom, and it's just that indigo color, So just trust that this is all going to bring you where you are meant to be, even when times are tough. It's not wild that I was saying all of that before I pulled those cards and you saw them jump out at me. So, yeah. I got, sometimes I feel like, am I just weird? And then shit like that happens and I'm like, oh no. I really am claircognizant, and I really do pick up on energy, and just leaning into that and really recognizing that as one of my gifts, even though I can't explain it, because I can't. I don't know how to tell you how I can pick up on energy. I don't. But one thing I'm not, or at least I haven't opened up this gift, is clairvoyant. I know when I was a child, I had a really vivid and wild imagination, and I don't know if I shut that part off when I got older because it scared me or what. But mostly I just have this inner knowing and this inner feeling. So I can't see visions yet. Could change at some point. Who knows? So let's see what goddess wants to come through for this full moon in Gemini. Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And I think that's, life might get a little crazy, but just remember that you can always tap right into here. Tap into that heart energy that is always there supporting you. I think that that's so important, and just having unconditional love for yourself and whatever you are moving through. And yeah, I mean, my whole message is always love. You know, it starts with you, and then you are able to pour that love into others, and then the planet. You know, I say it is self-love, conscious love, and then divine love. So, let's see what, you know, I would say full moons are always about letting go. So let's use this card as what to let go of. I need to let go of this mascara because I'm telling you, it's always under my eye. Okay. Focus. I'm still human, okay? Letting go. What do we need to let go of, friends? It's interesting. Maybe we need to let go of feeling guilty for being happy, even when times are tough. You know, because let's face it, 2020 has been rough. So the essential meanings are joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment, for you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy. That's very Sagittarius. And experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside yourself. Your happiness is a result of you being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. And you know, perhaps there will be contracts that end, and even though you should be upset, maybe you're actually happy. And maybe there's guilt in that. But I think this is saying just feel that joy, you know? And relationship message. There are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about whom you're with and you know your heart is wide open to befriend, to love, and to care for another without wanting anything in return. This is the kind of happy that you just want to share. The appearance of this card in a reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest where you stand. Be grateful and delight in your relationship. And if you're seeking one, be happy now. Happiness attracts more of it, like bees to honey. And a prosperity message. This is a time to take pride in your accomplishments. You're doing good work, providing exceptional service, and are well compensated for it. The world rains gratitude upon you, and you're happy with the results of your efforts and creativity. Isn't it amazing to consider all that you have done? Remember your partnership with Spirit in this moment, too. Your soul has always known you could accomplish anything if it brought you joy. Protection message. Lighten up, because this is the time to be ridiculous and silly. See the world through the eyes of a clown, and don't take yourself or any situation right now too seriously. Have fun, be playful, and make laughter the order of the day. You'll be surprised how everything just seems to fall in place when humor leads the way. Being happy and lighthearted is a wonderful icebreaker. Life is meant for play as well as work, for laughter as well as tears, for celebration as well as focus. Spirit wants to sparkle through you today. Smile and enjoy each breath and each moment. miracles lie in silly things today. And you know, like I said, can you find joy even in the chaos? Because I think that, you know, eclipses will come and shake things up, but it's still Sagittarius season and you are meant to find that joy and be optimistic and see the good in situations. And I think that, you know, because I am Sag rising, like, that's just my nature. That's just who I am as a person. But there was a year where it was really hard for me to do that, and I struggled. And that, you know, there's a time for that, but then there's also the time to realize that there can be duality. And I think that that's just really important, so you don't get stuck in the sadness and the depression if things don't go exactly as you had planned. Can you see the good in it? Can you find the joy? Can you see the bigger picture? Let's see what animal spirit wants to assist us with this eclipse season. Oh, Scorpion. And you know, Venus is currently in Scorpio, so we definitely are seeking depth in relationships, because Scorpio doesn't like to stay on the surface. So, passionate, competitive, tends toward isolation. The Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers and they focus on an unresolved event from the past. Usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. When in balance, wild and free and fierce. When out of balance, jealous, resentful, unresolved. To bring into balance, honesty and forgiveness. So, perhaps there's something that you are hanging on to that is causing chaos in your life and causing you to not be able to find joy and be happy. And perhaps it's time to forgive. And not for that person, but for yourself. Okay. And then my favorite, Sacred Rebel cards. And I have a feeling that the energy is just going to continue to get intense because there's a lot happening astrologically in December, and you know, I don't know, it should be interesting. We are shifting into air season, and with air there is the winds of change, you know, and so it's like, do you allow the winds to blow you over, or like think of a sailboat, you know, do you adjust the sails so that you can work with it? Yeah. Okay. Sacred. Oh. It's beautiful. You know, and I think that really relying on a spiritual practice during these times is important. And we got faith in the process. So let's see what it says. Hold on. No matter how powerful we are, how much courage and strength we have, there are times when we can't quite move ourselves along to the next phase of life or creative exploration. At such times, we need some divine intervention, a little help in pulling our trolley along, so to speak. When we are at the edge of our own limits and have no more personal resources, we might be left with only one spiritual power, that of faith. Fortunately, that is enough. As unlikely as it may seem, the invisible help from the universe is often more powerful than the physical efforts of 1,000 men. That is because the invisible help is not limited by physical laws. It can shift, bend, and move in ways that defy limitation. It can affect, evoke, and influence situations through invisible but undeniably persuasive means. You are in a situation where you cannot set right the course of events all by yourself. This is not an indication that you have done something wrong, nor does this suggest that you are not strong enough. It is a sign that there is something bigger unfolding in your life, and your willpower will be supplemented by the power of life itself. Sometimes the bigger plan needs to manifest for the benefit of humanity and the earth. You need to shift your perspective to realize that you are part of the greater unfoldment of life, that your individual life serves the greater plan, and that you are not separate from its genius. This is what is happening now. You happen to be instrumental to the greater plan, and as such, you need to accept your position and be moved, while also being empowered and protected as you make personal progress through your role in that grander scheme. Hold on. This is a time for humility and trust. You need complete faith in the processes and events that are happening. There is nothing to worry about. You will be moved most fully and easily, and with most grace and assistance, through your faithful surrender. Ironically, it is through complete surrender and total faith that we become the most empowered. We are no longer trying to impede the perfection of the greater plan. We can be aligned with and moved by the process. Having faith in the benevolence of life rather than harboring the suspicion that life is seeking to catch us out. Have a joke at our expense or carelessly toss us about as though we mean nothing. Then we can relax a little. Having faith in the process gives you space to be curious about what is taking place and to relax enough to open to what we are most in need of, even if we aren't exactly sure what that is or how it can happen. The guidance from this oracle comes from the direct source of life itself. There is now an opportunity for you to be moved from the situation you are currently in to the next chapter in your life story. You can't do it on your own. It is too big a shift. It needs the grace of life to intervene on your behalf. You will need faith, though. You may feel as though the wheels of your trolley are coming off, or that they are a bit rickety, but you must also understand that the voice of life is now coming straight to your heart with this message. I have resources you know not of. It is safe to trust in my ways and in my wisdom, for I love you, and I am guiding you into all that is rightfully yours. Know that what is rightfully yours is what your heart truly desires. It need not fear loss. Nothing that is meant to come to you will be denied, and it is safe for you to let go and allow me to move you. Through faith, peace is restored and you are able to know this and perhaps have some fun in the process. You guys, I mean, I feel like that ties it all together, right? Yeah, eclipse season. But have faith in this process. And there is a healing process, so if you want to do it with me, if you're still here, cool. Already at 25 minutes. I talk a lot, okay, but it's Gemini, so like there's a lot that needs to be said, you know? So say aloud. I now ask that all disappointing experiences of the past that have led me to believe that life is not trustworthy or that faith is a silly or immature way to deal with life be released from my mind, body, and heart. I ask for help to accept that I can and will attract all that is needed into my life at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I ask to be empowered to absolutely receive all that can assist me with gratitude and without shame or guilt. In doing so, I dedicate myself to be a clear, loving, open channel for the flow of life. I know the benefit in doing so is not limited to me, but will flow so that life can benefit others through me. I trust in this now through unconditional love, so be it. And who doesn't love that unconditional love was in there? Because, I mean, oh, so good, you guys. Okay, I want to do a Miracles Now card, and then I'm going to wrap this up. And you know, this eclipse on the 30th is our first eclipse, so we're gonna be in it, but just trust and have faith that anything that happens is for your highest good. Okay? So, Miracles Now. What message wants to come through? Oh my gosh, I wish you could see Porter right now. She's so cute. Oh, cutie. Okay, focus. She just had her little head rested on the couch, looking out the window. People watching. I gotta take her out after this, because I didn't get to earlier. Okay. When in doubt, I choose to see peace. All right, my loves. Well, I mean, I have a feeling this is going to be a transformative time, but there's so much beauty and transformation, and we all are on this path of evolving, you know? We're at this place where either we evolve or we die. And I know that that sounds really, really dark, but that's where we're at. So I am sending you all so much love. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. And just remember, if you are ever feeling overwhelmed, you can always just come back right here, put your hand on your heart, and take 3 deep breaths. And just remind yourself that you are safe and you are loved. And everything that is going on around you cannot shake what's right here. All right. I hope you have a beautiful now, and I will see you soon.